Hey Derby, it's Krista. So you just watched Zanya show you how to make an awesome, flavor-loaded, vegetable-forward Thai veggie stir-fry. And I encourage you to try it. And I really encourage you to make stir-fry a habit that you do even once a week, because it can be a great way to use up leftover veggies, but just delicious, easy, and you almost don't even need a recipe. So I wanted to share with you two of our favorite habits. They are our two biggest habits in our real food lifestyle. The first one is roasting vegetables. I've told you before that when it comes time for dinner time, I walk over and turn the oven on 400 because I know we're gonna roast something, whatever we have on hand. So that's the first one. The second one is salad. We have salad every single night without fail. But the beautiful thing about an easy everyday salad is you don't even really need a recipe. So this is our even go-to salad bowl. But this salad happens to have spinach and a variety of romaine in here. We threw a cucumber in there, radishes, dried cranberries, walnuts, chickpeas, just for some little extra boost of protein. It really can be whatever ingredients you want and have on hand. I would even take my microplane zester and put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Completely optional, but blue cheese, feta cheese, goat cheese also work fantastic. So I encourage you to just throw together whatever you have on hand. Doesn't need to be a recipe. We've even done salads with mandarin oranges, walnuts, goat cheese, still crazy good. So I wanted to show you our go-to dressing, because we make homemade dressings all the time and it's so much easier than you think. We call this the 2-1-1. Actually, our kids call this the 2-1-1. So what we do in a mason jar is we take 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then we're gonna take 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, but really it can be whatever kind of vinegar you like. It could even be lemon juice. Red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar. We happen to just love balsamic vinegar, so a tablespoon of that. Now, you could stop here. This could be just a basic balsamic vinaigrette, and it would be great. But if you wanna add a little creaminess, then add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and then toss it up. And sometimes I even double this or triple it just so we have it on hand. But this is the perfect amount of dressing for this salad. And I always use a bowl like this that has a lid so that if there's any left over, pop the lid on it, because we just dress everybody's salad as we go. So that way your salad doesn't get soggy and you can use it left over. So one of the things I was really excited to show you about is our love for in-season ingredients. One of the best ways to not only stay healthy, but to save money and just use and take advantage of all the awesome spring in-season ingredients that are starting to pop up right now. So this is called the Springtime Strawberry Asparagus Couscous Salad. So all we did is, and it actually incorporates 2 of our favorite habits. So it includes the roasting vegetables and the salad. So what we did is we took half a bunch of asparagus and we roasted it with a tablespoon of olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper at 400 degrees. Now keep in mind, asparagus roast really fast. So this was only about 8 minutes in the oven, and then we've let this cool. Now I wanted to show you something with asparagus. So when you go buy a bunch of asparagus from the store, typically we trim the ends off because the ends can be a little tough. Now if you buy asparagus from the farmer's market, you can eat the whole thing. You don't have to trim the ends off because the whole thing is perfect. But I wanted to show you a trick. So let's say that you don't want to use your asparagus for a few days. You can keep this crisp and ready to go by taking a bowl. A mason jar works great. But taking a bowl, adding a little bit of water, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand your asparagus up in it in the refrigerator, just like this. You're almost like watering it, like you would water a plant. And this will keep your asparagus crisp for a week. But check on it. After a couple days, it will actually soak up that water. And so all you have to do is just add a little bit more water. But that is a great trick on keeping your asparagus fresh. Okay, so for this salad, we have about 4 to 6 cups of spinach, or this can be your favorite greens. And then we have our roasted asparagus. But what we did is, so Zanya talked about in the video different whole grains, like whole grain pasta. I would definitely encourage you to check out a variety of whole grains, because it, like for this salad, we're using Israeli couscous, but you could use whole wheat couscous, you could use farro, but there's barley and bulgur, and there's so many options. And farro happens to be one of our favorites for lots of things, even as a substitute for rice. So I encourage you to check out different options. So this is Israeli couscous, and we just followed the package directions, and you toast it in the saucepan with a little bit of oil for just a couple of minutes before you actually add the water in the couscous, and then you cook it just like you'd be cooking rice, because it's going to absorb all the water. So this has been cooked, and then it's cooled. So we're going to toss this in our salad. And then we're gonna add our roasted asparagus. And of course, this is cooled to room temperature as well. And then we're gonna add, this is about 6 to 8 sliced strawberries. And so we're gonna toss this on. This is the prettiest salad. And then we also did about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sliced almonds. We toasted them in a skillet. Now remember, medium heat, toast them in there dry, but don't walk away because it's only gonna take a couple of minutes before they're ready to roll. So those have been toasted. Then we're going to make a homemade dressing. So this dressing is super simple and crazy good. So it actually calls for 2 clementine oranges or about 1/4 cup of orange juice. So what I did is this is 3 halves in here. So that's about 3 tablespoons. So for our 4th tablespoon, to get the 1/4 cup equivalent, is to press our orange in there. So that's all that's in here is just the orange juice. Then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of honey. Remember, I always do the honey after the oil, so it slides right out of the measuring spoon. Just convenience in life. And then we're gonna also add a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar. And then a dash, about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. So, shake those up. Now what I would suggest with this salad is have everybody dress their own bowl, because this is gonna give you a little bit more dressing than what you need for just this salad. But this dressing is so crazy good, you can use it on all kinds of stuff. But that way, if you have any leftover salad, you'll have dressing left over. But it is so pretty, and it is bursting with springtime. So I would love for you to try it. And so I wanted to remind you of a few things that we have kind of gone over in the program. Is remember to enjoy cruciferous vegetables, the cabbage family vegetables. And get into habits of doing slow cooker once a week, or stir fry once a week, or even homemade pizzas once a week. And take advantage of your eatrealamerica.com website membership. You have it for a whole year. So take advantage of all the things that everybody tells us they love about it, with the shopping list and the recipe box and the coaching tips and the ability to type an ingredient in the search bar and find something, whatever you have on hand. But I hope it keeps you inspired and motivated. But I also wanted to tell you that I hope you enjoy your cookbook. So there's about 100 recipes in here that are also on the website. When Zanya and I started talking about doing a cookbook together, there were 2 things. She said it has to have a pop-out easel, just because great feature. And I said, okay, I love that. But Zanya has a cookbook that's about 20 years old, and there are no pictures in it. And so I told her, I said, if we're gonna do a cookbook together, the cookbook has got to have photos. And so all of the photos, there are photos for every recipe in the cookbook. But of course, you know what happens when you make a suggestion like that? Guess who got to take all the photos? But it was totally fine. We had a ton of food and our neighbors were very happy. But it turned out excellent. We are very proud of the cookbook. We hope you love it. We hope it helps inspire you, because there's everything from breakfast and snacks and lunch ideas and desserts, and drinks in here. And so we hope it gives you kind of a launching pad, even if you have not explored the website at its full capacity yet. But we hope the 2 of those give you tools to remember to keep it simple and eat real. And we hope that you've enjoyed this program. And just remember that I'm here for you if you have any questions or need any help. But thank you for participating, and I hope that life seems back to normal and we can all get together again in the fall. So see you soon.